Chapter 1. Bad News, Broken Dreams. Meet me at the emergency room. Hurry, it's Catherine. Life changes in a heartbeat. As a doctor treating cancer patients, I thought I had learned that tragedy comes to all someday. But I never really brought the lesson home until it was my turn to take the call. In a span of mere seconds, while I was driving my son to football practice, the urgent priorities of my day evaporated. Catherine's been hurt, Al. Her back is injured and she can't get up. I'll drop off Bowen and meet you at the emergency room. While my car raced to the emergency room, my mind raced back to the flame tree that had stretched its lime green arms over most of our backyard in Africa, separating us from the dense jungle beyond it. Soon after our arrival there, I had fashioned a swing with a single rope hung from a great limb of that tree, supporting a wooden board for a seat. When Catherine was about 1 year old, I would gently swing her in that seat beneath the bright red flame tree flowers. She was agile enough to hold the rope, and I was foolishly proud of her agility. One day I was a bit too aggressive with my push, and I frightened Catherine. She looked back at me as the swing was moving forward and let go of the rope to reach for me with both hands. Immediately, she tipped over backward and went head first for the ground. Instead of falling, however, she hooked her ankles around the rope and swung upside down, as safe as a monkey hanging by its tail, until I wrapped my arms around her. That incredible agility remained with her for the next 14 years. When we returned to the States, Catherine became a gymnast. Year after year, for hours every day, she progressed through the ranks to reach level 10 in competition by the time she was 13. When Catherine was 15 years old, prior to the accident, the biggest decision in her life was whether to homeschool so she could advance to elite status in gymnastics. As I raced toward the emergency room, reality gripped my heart. Our lives had just changed. When I arrived, Catherine was lying on her side in great pain. She told me, "I lost where I was and I bailed out. I knew I was in trouble. When I landed on my shoulders, my legs flexed over my head and I felt my back snap. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be paralyzed." The first thing I did was to check her legs. She could move them both. I then ran my hand over her back and found a firm knot over her mid-spine. Walking beside her, I kept my hand on her shoulder as they wheeled her on a stretcher to radiology. The X-ray pictures frightened this Dr. Daddy, and all I could say was, "Oh my God, please." I contacted the best pediatric spine doctors in Memphis, who happened to be the best pediatric spine doctors in the country. We looked at the MRI together and saw the bone pressing against Catherine's spinal cord at T11. 1 more millimeter, and my 15-year-old daughter would be paralyzed for life. This was my daughter. Just this morning, Catherine had been a great gymnast, looking toward a college scholarship and perhaps the Olympics. Now she might be paralyzed for life. Each of us at some time in our lives will face a doctor or pick up the phone and receive bad news. What do you do when you receive bad news that changes your life by destroying your dreams? Your own news may be a broken back like Catherine's, or the heart attack that forces you off the corporate ladder. It may be the final word that pronounces you infertile and unable to have children to carry your genes. It may be diabetes, with its diet restrictions, possible insulin injections, and the threat of a shortened lifespan. It may be the word leukemia, used to describe your 12-year-old son. It may be the dreaded word cancer, that I so often have to pronounce, with all the thoughts of hair loss, nausea, uncontrolled pain, and a shortened life. It may be 100 other words that forever change the dreams you had for life and open up a world of problems. What do you do when bad news comes? You have to do something.